What's up, y'all? What's going on? It's the Father's Day show, man. It's Midway right here once again for another episode of the Father's Day show. Let me just check all my online sources to make sure we are live, because I don't think we are, to be honest with you. We might have a technical issue, so let me check real quick to make sure we're good. In the meantime, y'all be sure to go to the Father's Day show. If you're here, go to the Father's Day show page on Facebook. Make sure you give us a follow, a like, a share. All that stuff will be good if you can do that for us. Oh, yep. We live on YouTube. Yes, we are. Let me check my Facebook feed to make sure we're live on Facebook as well. But yeah, go to YouTube and all that good stuff, man. Check us out. SPMediaTV. Give us a little follow if you feel. You can watch the show on Facebook. You can watch the show on YouTube. Those are two places that we stream the show every Sunday at 8 p.m. Sometimes we might start a little late due to some life issues, you know, because I do got a lot going on. But for the most part, we start every we are definitely live on Facebook as well. So please, guys, tune in if you feel. Make sure we get them shows up and running. Make sure we straight. All right, we in there. But yeah, tune in, man, every Sunday at 8 p.m. We stream for an hour from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. every show. We discuss a lot of topics, man. This show here is pretty much my how do I say it? My gift to us fathers out here in America, man. My whole goal with this thing is to change the view of how America sees black fathers, but fathers in general, black fathers specifically, that we here for our children. This show, we gonna talk about the goods, the bads, the uglies. We talk about how we raise our kids, what we go through as men, what we go through as fathers in general, you know, and everything about this show is pretty much geared towards that. I always have a motto where I say this show is not necessarily to talk bad about the women, but it's definitely to big up the fathers. So, man, thank you guys for tuning in. I do like a little BS clap, man. I'm here by myself, no co-host today. Another show with no co-host. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, man. If you want to donate, I have the Cash App up. The Cash App, man, that's just something that we have. You know, I decided to create because everybody has one. Two, this is a platform that I fund myself from front to back. I buy all the equipment. I take time out of my day to put this thing here. Not doing it for any income or anything, but it would be nice if you guys could donate to that. That can be something I can use to pay some guests, you know, travel fees. They need some gas money to get here when I decide to have guests. It can be something that can help me purchase merchandise, because I do plan on releasing Father's Day merchandise very, very soon. But yeah, man, that's just a consideration thing. If you guys want to do that, I'm not asking you to pay any money to be here. Just simply being here and hearing the message is enough for me. Today's topic, though, it's called pretty much confessions, man. Here to talk about all things that have to do with me admitting my nonsense. All right, and so the reason I decided to have this topic for the day is because, alright, man, if y'all watched last week's episode, I kind of went in. You know, I went in. I ain't gonna lie, I blew up. I blew all the way up, and it didn't look good, big fella. It didn't look good at all. You know, I wanted to keep the show PG-13, but I took it to rated X. I discussed a topic that kind of broke me down, man. I discussed the story that broke me down. The story was about Nevaeh Allen, a young little girl out of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I read some reports online. I don't have any firsthand accounts, but I do have the sources, the news sources that I read about the story from Louisiana. So according to those stories, I read those stories, looked up a couple articles from the news sources down in that area, and I presented you guys a story from a story from the narrative of what happened. If you guys haven't checked it out, you can look up Neville Allen, or you can just check out last week's episode. I will be posting the link up to this on the Facebook as well. If you want to catch all our past episodes, man, go to YouTube, type in the search bar SPMediaTV with no spaces. Click on the channel page, go to the playlist, and click on the Father's Day playlist. You'll find all the episodes and content for Father's Day, as well as you can go to our Facebook page, Father's Day Show on Facebook, and you can find all the content and past shows, as well as tune in to the conversations that we're having, leave your comments and all that stuff there. Anyway, so I'm talking about all that because my mom kind of left a message on my Facebook feed saying, I saw the show, I liked it, but you had a lot of cussing in there. You know, I did go off, y'all. I went off, and I shouldn't have. And I was talking about the young lady's father and his responsibility in the situation surrounding Neville Allen. So when I looked at the show back, I was like, this show is about, I'm talking about that man's accountability, and I'm also talking about something that I don't have firsthand info about. So I do want to say this. All of that story that I read from those news sources, I don't know. He hasn't been convicted of anything. The woman hasn't. I don't know. So I'm going to say everything I said last show was alleged. You know, even though I read the testimony from the people that are reputable companies, I do want to say everything about it was alleged, just to be on the safe side. But it made me look at myself. It made me look at my mistakes that I make. It made me look at my truths, my demeanor, my intentions, my mishaps and whatever, to question if I'm up to par. You know what I'm saying? I believe I'm up to par. I believe I do a lot of right. But I'm human. I make a lot of mistakes, man. And I do want to say this. Forgive me, baby mamas. Forgive me, y'all. I'm sorry. I ain't mean. Oh, God. Oh. You know, you get them hard. When you put that hole in there, you cry. Oh. Oh, my Lord. Put a hole in there with a, oh, my Lord. They're going to forgive you. They're going to forgive you. Man, but that's the whole reason for this show, man. Because I want to talk about me today. And I'm going to be doing quite a few confession shows. I want to talk about me today and my BS. I'm going to try my best not to cuss. But sometimes I get a little into it, you know. So, one thing I want to discuss, I kind of read some articles. I do a lot of reading, and I was looking up some topics around the benefits of admitting your faults. And I came across a couple good articles that had some key points. Some of them had 6, 8, 20 points and all that. And I want to bring y'all into some long discussion about it. So, one good article I read was from MakeMeBetter.net. And it had an article in there that touched on, I think, 6 key points of the benefits of making yourself better. From not Make Me Better. 6 key points about admitting your faults from MakeMeBetter.net. And yeah, I just want to go through those real quick, man. I don't like to have long shows when I'm by myself because the attention spans out there in America is real short. You know, we can't be doing those shows for no 5 and 6 hours if you ain't got no famous name behind you. So I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. I'm gonna get right into it, man. Get right into it. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. All right, so MakeMeBetter.net. You can check it out if you want. You probably won't, because that got some to do with research and it ain't, you know what I'm saying, nothing entertaining. But it does have some great information. And one of the articles, like I said, is about powerful benefits to admitting your faults, right? This article was written July 12, 2019. And it's got like a little forward in here. Mistakes are always forgivable if one dares to admit them. You know, and again, you can read that a little bit, but I'm going to go straight to the points. All right, so the first point here, it says, saves you from guilt, right? So I'm going to read this real quick. Hiding a mistake apparently may seem more comfortable than accepting it, but within yourself, you will always feel uncomfortable. When you hide your mistakes and lie about it, a pang of guilt takes birth in you. With time, it becomes more prominent and kills you. All right, so I mean that's like nobody wants to feel guilty about a thing, right? So when it comes to like admitting your mistakes does take away that guilt that you could possibly have stored up in you. You know what I'm saying? That stuff, when you telling lies and not admitting your faults and going about your day and attacking other people, when you get in arguments, man, that stuff can weigh up on you, especially if you have a heart like me. If you have a heart, you're empathetic, and you're sensitive to other people's emotions, which is what empathetic means. That stuff weighs on you, man. Like, you ever heard the phrase, you can't see the forest for the tree? You know what I'm saying? You so busy worried about what somebody else got going on, you ain't even focused on your own drama within yourself that you causing. And if you have a heart, you can't be up here attacking people while you got a sack full of drama. That stuff weighs on you, man. It slows you down. It can kill you because the stress levels within yourself can get so high, man. You like fellas, you ever like get into an argument with your baby mom or something about something she may did wrong, or something that you interpreted as she's doing wrong, and the conversation gets real heated about the smallest thing. And even if she is making a mistake, you pounding her, you going in on it, stressing her out, giving her a hard time, and she trying to combat that with talking drama, talking nonsense about what you doing, and you just not hearing it. Man, forget all that, dog. You did this wrong, because we in this attack mode. And then you later on get back home or get in your own personal space, give yourself time to think, and you like, damn, she was right. She was right about that. What she said about me is actually true. Like, for me, like, that stuff weighs on you, man. And that guilt that you have built up inside of you from having all that nonsense that you're not admitting, man, you can just get rid of that if you just sit up here and admit your faults. Just admit your faults. Moving on to the next one. You do not need to tell lies. You don't need to tell lies. Make me better.net says it is a powerful benefit to admit your mistakes. You have to tell many lies to hide one mistake. Hiding mistakes can be more troublemaking than accepting it. To save yourself from admitting what you have done will lead to speaking many lies. They also give underneath this right here in this area, you can avoid this by confessing what mistakes you have made. Through this, you will be saved from the sin of telling lies, which you will feel liberated and free. Now, ain't nothing worse than well, first, you don't need to tell lies. Telling lies is just like, I say it's a sucker move. You know, the phrase the truth will set you free. Like, it will. Like, truth trumps everything. You know, when you're not telling the truth about something and you making a choice to lie, one, that's a cop out. Like, to tell a lie, you have to create the lie in your head. One. Two, the effort or the thought behind creating what's driving that lie that you're creating is a sense of no self-conviction. It's like you trying to have a scapegoat from admitting who you are as a person. If somebody is talking about a fault that you have, or a fault is brought up in the midst of some discussion or disagreement, and you shy away from it by putting a lie in front of it, that's you being afraid to look in that mirror and admit who you are. You can't fix it if you're not addressing it. You ain't gotta tell a lie, man. The truth is very liberating, like it says here. You will be saved from the sin of telling lies while you feel liberated and trouble-free. I mean, that's powerful right there, man. Being a father, when you can admit your wrongs, it helps you move forward. It helps you stay focused on what it takes to be a great father as opposed to just being a sperm donor, in my opinion. But we're going to continue moving on. I ain't going to keep y'all too long. All right, so the next one is show your honesty and courage, right? Admitting your mistake is never easy. It needs to be considered powerful and encouragement. Only influential people can accept it if they did anything wrong. No, only influential people can accept if they did anything wrong. When people avoid to make this sentence right here is a little messed up. When people avoid to make lame excuses and own their mistakes, their strong and courageous personalities become visible in front of others. people start believing them because of their honesty, and they become saved from losing their reputation. Whoever wrote this need to admit their fault. They are a terrible writer and a more terrible editor. And more terrible ain't even a real phrase, but we talking about faults of this person here. Whoever wrote this doggone paragraph need to admit that your editor department is trash, right? But what I got from this, show your honesty and courage. The goal is about admitting your faults, right? So when you can look yourself, it takes a lot out of you to be able to admit your faults, right? It takes guts, it takes balls, right? To look yourself in the mirror, to look a person that you have wrong in the face and say, listen, this is what I did wrong. That takes guts. That's powerful. It takes courage. It takes strength. It takes honor, you know? So why wouldn't you admit your faults? Are you afraid to be courageous? Are you afraid to be honorable? Are you afraid to be noble? Are you afraid to be a positive representative of your better self? That's all that's gonna come from that. When you admit your faults, like it was a couple of minutes ago, it sets you free. It's liberating. It's liberating, right? So if admitting your mistakes can help you have honesty and courage, why wouldn't you want to be there? Why would you want to be a better representation of yourself? This whole show is about changing the narrative of the father, the negative image of the father, especially the black father in America. Guys, there's a lot of us out here who are great people, but we just hiding behind a mask of bull-ish. I'm trying not to cuss, you know? But we're hiding behind a fake mask of a representative of who we are, but that representative is a trash comparison to who we actually are. That mask, it looks gorgeous, right? It's like that makeup, it looks gorgeous. And when you take that mask off, you see all your scars and bruises and all your moles on your face. You see that type 2 Anthony Hamilton syndrome where your beard look like you've been sleeping on it for 3 weeks and they woke up. You know, like when you admitting all your faults, dog, it can get ugly. And my brother is calling me from a different location. I don't want to say where. It's his business. But yeah, when you admit your faults, man, it shows it's like taking the makeup off. But guess what happens when you take the makeup off, right? Guess what happens? You get to see all your flaws and you get to become one with yourself. Seeing your flaws, you be like, damn, I got a scar here. Maybe I need to get that healed. Damn, my type 2 Anthony Hamilton syndrome is messed up. Maybe I can get me a brush and comb out them nails. Damn, my breath smell like Cadillac fluid. Smell like baby diapers soaking in lasagna fluid. That's right, I said fluid twice. But you get to recognize that and address it and fix it. Man, ain't nothing wrong with admitting your faults, dog. Only positivity comes up out of that. And moving on. The next one is, it helps to move on. MakeMeBetter.net says, it is impossible to move on and make progress if you have any past guilt in you because of any mistake you have done. You have not admitted it. If you have not admitted it, it will accompany you wherever you go. You will be caught up in the past mistakes which prevent you from moving on. The solution to this is that you admit your mistakes as soon as possible. It will improve your focus if you it will improve your focus in your present instead of your past, and you will feel free from stressful feelings. Right? So one thing I noted from this point here, it helps you move on, is that it says it is impossible to move on. It is impossible to move on. Let's focus on that. Think about this, fellas. Fathers out there. Let's say you got an issue with your child getting upset with you for not being in their life as much as you would like, as much as they would like, right? And they come to you about that. They say, hey dad, ever since I was 9, I'm 13 now, ever since I was 9, I've recognized that you haven't been around as much as I would like. And it's affected me. It's got me thinking you don't care about me. It's got me thinking you don't love me. It's got me thinking you don't even want me to be here, to be your son. Like, Dad, like, help me. If you fight that, if you listen to your child and you recognize that you have not been there, you recognize that they do have a true concern, and I ain't even show y'all the what's name when I was doing that, but y'all see it. Y'all can read that. It's on makemebetter.net. But you recognize that all of this stuff that they're saying has hurt them, right? And they're dealing with that in the present. In the present. Right here, I'm gonna go back to it real quick. It says this: the solution to this is that you admit your mistakes as soon as possible. It will improve your focus if you in the present, if instead of your past. I'm gonna say the second part again. It will improve your focus in your present instead of your past, and you will feel free from stressful feelings. Man, y'all listen to me. Fathers out there, tell me it don't stress you out to hear your kid got some concerns about some behavior you demonstrated. Because when I hear my children talk about issues that they have with me, it makes me feel terrible. In the present, I'm feeling terrible. So let's say your son comes up to it, back to my example, comes up to you, expresses that dilemma, and you BS your child by saying, well, I had to go to work. That's why I ain't been there. I worked 2 jobs. Jobs got me going on. Man, your mama doing this. Man, your mama doing that. Man, my tire was flat. I would have been there, but I ain't had no insurance. I ain't want to drive with no insurance, no tag. I ain't want the police to pull me over. Blah, 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 blah. Excuse after excuse after excuse. What if those excuses are taken in by your child as the truth? So your child believes what you're saying. Is that going to fix their issue that they're having with you? Is it going to help that child? Is it going to help that child move on? Is it going to help you in that child's relationship move forward? Is it going to help you move on by not admitting your stuff? Is it going to help you grow? The answer is no. That stuff right there, it's going to weigh on you, bruh. I hope it do. If you care about your child as much as I care about mine, and as much as I care about you and your relationship with your child, which is why I put this show together, it's gonna weigh on you. It's gonna weigh on you, man. It weighs on me when I make my mistakes with being a father. It weighs on, makes me feel terrible, right? Also, it helps those people around you move on. It helps those people around you forgive you. Back to my example. If you look your son in the face after he've expressed that with you, and it's hurting you in the present, by admitting your fault, son, God dang it, you right. I hate I've made you feel that way. But I don't want to make you feel that way no more, son. The truth of the matter is, I've been BSing with you. There's been days when I haven't been working. Them 2 and 3 jobs. And I had time to see you. But I chose sleep. I chose rest. I chose free time. I chose to go out with my homeboys. I chose the Xbox. As opposed to spending that time with you to make up for something. I chose not to call you when I had free time to get on that phone and have a conversation with you. When you have those true moments, it may bring a tear to your child's eyes. But guess what it does? It helps you move on, because guess what? Now the truth is out there. You've got that weight off your shoulders. They've got the truth from you, and it allows you to build. It allows you to correct. It allows you to address the issues that are true to help you move on. And we're going to move on to the next point so I can get to my faults. Because at the end of this show, y'all, I'm going to admit some stuff that I've been doing wrong when it comes to me being a father. And I want y'all to hear it, because I'm a straight tell the truth about myself. Like I said, the point of this show was because last week, if you haven't seen it, go tune in. It's episode 10. Last week, I went in on the guy. He probably deserved it. I'm using the word probably because I don't know for sure, but based on the news sources I read in that article, in those articles, that's the story that's out there. And I report on that story about how the guy should have handled it and his responsibilities, and I showed too much emotion. But anyway, this show here is about me right now. I'm talking about AP right now. I'm talking about Midway right now. I'm here to admit some of my faults today. Alright, so we finna move on. More chances to correct mistakes. MakeMeBetter.net says, if you seek correction and want to avoid repeating any mistakes in the future, admit it. Learning is a significant benefit to admit your mistakes, as it helps you recognize the difference between right and wrong. Kind of what I was talking about just a couple seconds ago. Instead of feeling shameless on admitting your mistakes, you should reveal them to make them correct. Remember that we learn the most from the mistakes that we made. You damn near would have thought I'm the one that wrote this article, right? Because the stuff I'm talking about pretty much is the same thing, right? When you admit your faults, more chances to correct your mistakes. You can't fix what you don't address, right? How you gonna fix something if you're not acknowledging something that's even broken? So that's like a logic right there. That's like logic. You can't fix something if you're not even aware it's broken, and you can't fix it if you don't address it and admit it. Right? Listen. What they say? What they say? Learning. Let me switch. Learning is a significant benefit to admit your mistakes, as it helps you recognize the difference between right and wrong. So learning is what happens when it comes to correcting your mistakes, right? So check this out. Follow me on this. My next point on that was makes you better at fixing it in the future. If a fault is addressed, you learn how to avoid future mistakes, because what tends to block us from admitting our faults? Guilt, shame, a sense of ownership, a sense of being ridiculed by others because we have these faults. And those are true concerns. They're real concerns. But what you learn in the process of admitting your fault, you learn how to deal with that shame. You learn how to deal with being ridiculed. You learn how to deal with the terrible feelings you have knowing you messed up. Because if you never address it, you never learn how to deal with it. So in dealing with it and admitting your faults, comes with that is dealing with your emotions. People so afraid to look themselves in the mirror, bro. Like I said with the mask idea, people wear a mask all the time because they're afraid to look at me. I'm an ugly dude, right? I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm ugly. I mean, I got flaws. I ain't got gorgeous skin. Look, I got moles and everything. Talking about right here. Like I said, I got type 2 Anthony Hamilton syndrome with the doggone beard and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I got dark neck from bad shaving techniques as a teenager. But this is who I am, right? By seeing my truth, I learn how to deal with it. I'm not up here wearing masks. I'm not up here I don't have no filters on trying to make me look all gorgeous. I ain't got no special lights to make to accent my face. So in admitting your faults, you as a benefit, you learn how to deal with this. It helps you from fixing it. It helps you with the future, because now the next time you have a fault that needs to be admitted, you ain't gonna hide it. You gonna say, when the shame starts to hit you, you gonna say, that little shame ain't nothing. I know how to deal with that. When the people start ridiculing you for your mistakes, you gonna say, listen, I know you're ridiculing me, but guess what? You recognizing me for what I am, and I understand you feel that way. But I know by me admitting my faults and recognizing it, we can move forward, because I know what the issue is now. We can actually fix it, as opposed to me wearing a mask and running from it. It helps you fix it for the future. And guess what? All that shame, that turmoil, that nonsense goes away, right? And as a benefit to that, the people around you start to recognize that you are an honorable person, that you are a person who stands on their word. That when you make a mistake, guess what? By you being a representative of a person who's humble, which is going to be to the next point, as a person who who's able to recognize their faults, admit it, and look themselves in the mirror and fix it, the people around you gonna be like, you know what? I need to do the same thing for myself. They can't help it. Because it's powerful, man, when you are a person who can look yourself in the mirror and admit to other people, man, I messed up. No, you're right. You have a right to be mad because I did do what you're angry at. I did that. It's my fault. But allow me to fix it. When they start seeing you owning up to your stuff, they can't argue with that. Not for long. They can't ridicule you for that. Not for long. Because they're going to see you are a working, self-correcting mechanism. So their jibber jabber about what you're doing wrong, it's going to be useless. It's going to be useless. It's kind of like, what's that movie? Eminem, 8 Mile. Right? In that battle, everybody remember the famous battle at the end of the movie, right? When they was freestyling and talking junk about each other. Eminem got beat up all in that movie when it comes to their freestyling. But at the end, the last battle, he took the power away from the person trying to attack him by talking about himself. He admitted his own faults, and as a result, the dude couldn't say nothing. So he won the fault. He won the argument, or he won the battle by default, because the dude couldn't even say nothing. He had nothing to say. Because Rabbit admitted all his faults. Can't beat that. Last point, and I'm gonna get to my stuff. Thank y'all for tuning into the Father's Day show, man. Again, you don't have to be here. This show is new. I ain't nobody famous and important, but I do thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to follow, please follow. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. We're on Facebook under Father's Day show. We're on YouTube under SPMediaTV. No spaces. You click on the playlist. Go to the Father's Day content. I say it all the time. Last, what's the name right here? Makes you a humble person. Accepting the mistake and saying sorry. I'm sorry. Accepting the mistake and saying sorry on it is always. How you doing, Cynthia? Excuse me. We talking about owning your mistakes. The benefits of admitting your faults. And I kind of decided to do this show because last week I went in on a guy who probably deserved to be going in on, but I wanted to talk about myself and my mistakes when it comes to being a man and being a father, the stuff I do wrong. And I'm just going over some key points from an article I read on MakeMeBetter.com. And just to refresh y'all, this is the last point before I get into my faults. The MakeMeBetter.com, powerful benefits to admit your mistakes. The key points I touched on was it saves you from guilt. And this is, again, this is powerful benefits to admit your mistakes or your faults. It saves you from guilt. You don't really need to tell lies. Shows your honesty and courage. Helps you move on. It gives you more chances to correct mistakes. And the last point I'm about to touch on, it makes you a humble person, right? So, MakeMeBetter.net says, accepting the mistake and saying sorry on it is always a sign of humility. If you hide an error, I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat at the same time. If you hide any error and shows any rigid attitude, it will make you an arrogant person. Humility is an essential quality in humans, which can save people from many problems. Confessing the mistake and apologizing on it is far better and beneficial than making the circumstances more confusing by hiding it. So, do you have any past guilt or mistakes which you have not confessed yet? If yes, then admit it now, and you will see the positive outcomes and the benefit on your own. Right? So the benefits, like it says here on MakeMeBetter.net, the benefits of admitting your faults, like it really does make you a humble person. One of the things I don't do that's made me better at being a co-parent with my children's moms is I don't fight no more. I don't go back and do that back and forth nonsense. I mean, I do voice my opinion on issues if I disagree with something, but I'm not here to try to change your mind or like as far as like to try to bogard you. I'm not here to try to one up you. Listen, if you got faults of your own that's preventing you from co-parenting with me, it's on you. Because at this point in my life, I admit all my faults when it comes to me being a father. Also, you can't grow if you out here finger pointing, man. If all you gonna do is out here, when somebody addresses something, like, there are things I do wrong when it comes to being a father. If all I do when that happens is I'm pointing fingers back at you, I'm not doing me or you or our relationship with our child no justice, because we can't move forward if all we doing is just talking about what another person is doing wrong. If you bring up something AP doing wrong, AP gonna look at it. Do I really do that? Damn, I do that. Hey, baby mama, you correct. I do that. So this is why you need to do better so that won't happen no more. And guess what tends to happen when I'm arguing with my baby moms and they bring up a fault of mine that's true and I admit it. It's just like the 8 Mile what I just talked about. Rabbit talked about all his faults so the other person couldn't attack him no more. If you bring up a fault about me, I'm gonna say, you right, I did do that. That is my fault. And they did it, and the jibber jabber slows down and they gotta move on to something else. You can't argue with somebody who hey, my brother called me, man. My brother, we got to come at it on. You can't argue with somebody who's already who's humble. What you look like beating on somebody that's talking about their own drama, right? So I ain't gonna stop. I ain't gonna focus on that too much, man. That's the whole point of this article. MakeMeBetter.net. If you want to go check it out, man, here's the article right here. It's a lot of good stuff online, man, but this is one I found very kind of powerful because it hit key points with little nuggets of information that anybody can read real quick and get a benefit from. So now moving on to the back half of this show, talking about me and some of my mistakes, my faults, because I'm finna go in on myself and tell the truth about some stuff I do when it comes to being a father that I mess up on here and there. All right, the first one, and I bet a lot of my fathers out here probably fall subject to some of these things as well, but it's true, man. Admit your shit. All right, I want to cuss. Damn it. Damn, I was not trying to cuss. I went all the show without saying a cuss word. I'm sorry, Mom. Mom, I'm sorry. First mistake. Sometimes, Maurice, what's going on, bro? What's going on, man? Sometimes this show, if you're just tuning in, man, this show is about admitting the faults of being a father and admitting your faults that you do. It's basically me confessing some of the things I mess up on. Last week when y'all was here, y'all saw me go in on another brother who deserved it, I believe. I talked about what he could have did right, what he did wrong, and how it makes us look. And I decided to make this show about me, to talk about some of my faults, look myself in the mirror and talk about some of the things I do wrong. Because who am I to go in on somebody else without telling my audience the truth about me in some areas? So I'm a great father, I'm a marvelous father, but I do some things wrong. And you joined just in time because I'm about to go over a few of my faults right here. So, first one, sometimes I don't call my kids enough. There are times, now I talk to my kids through Google Duo, on the phone, see them in person like I do, but there are times when a week could go by and I might not talk to one of my children. There are times. I send them text messages, I call them on the regular, do the FaceTime, but there are times when I be like, I'll call them tomorrow. They know I love them. And that, God damn, Cynthia says, that's the growth, that's that grown man stuff. Loving the growth, nephew. Appreciate you, auntie. Appreciate you. But I'm really about this, man, because I genuinely care about us fathers out there, man. I love my kids so much. I kind of want to be a father to every child in the world who daddy ain't there. That's probably why I got so many doggone kids, man. I want 10, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now. We're talking about faults. Anyway, sometimes I don't call my kids enough, man. They need to hear their father. They need to talk to their father, man. That's a fault of mine. There are gaps that happen here and there where I'll let my kids down, man. And I feel terrible about it. And I make excuses sometimes. I'm tired from work. I got something. I got a video to edit. I got a place to be. I got to do this. It's some dumb excuses. My children don't care about none of that stuff. They just want to hear from their father. So AP, look yourself in the mirror, dog. Why are you making excuses? I got to stop that. Now, I talk to them regularly, but there are times that I can't admit I don't talk to my kids enough during certain times. And I need to address that and correct that. Another fault. This is a bad one. This is like a man, this is like a hood man thing. I think we all kind of do this as well. Sometimes when my kids are with me, I ain't really focused on them because I'm playing Xbox. Now my oldest son is a gamer. This boy comes to my house and does not talk to me unless I'm playing a game with him. Jay, you know that, bro. You know I get mad at you when you come to my house and you'll put that doggone game down. But guess what? It's about me. Sometimes there are times when I have my children and I'm playing my game like this. Hold on, give me a second. Hold on, I'll show y'all what I be doing. I got my gaming headsets right here. Hold on, give me a second. Look. This is what I be doing, right? Shout out to all my gamers out there. And if you don't know, I got I'm a streamer, an online streamer. I stream Call of Duty, Warzone, all that stuff on Game Time Midway, no spaces. Game Time. Just go on Google, type in Game Time Midway with no spaces. Anything about me will pop up. I'm in here, dog. But this how I be right here. Let me show you how I be. And some of y'all fellas, y'all do the same thing. Check this out. You playing the game. Click. Daddy. Huh? Daddy. Hold up. Click. Daddy, what we eat today? Go on there and fix you a sandwich or something. Click. Daddy, Jamal, Jay hitting me. Y'all be quiet enough. That's terrible, right? We all fall victim to it, but that's a huge fault of mine because I don't see my kids all the time. So when I see them, what I should be doing is focusing my attention on them solely, even if it's for a weekend. Them kids deserve my undivided attention because they don't see their father all on a regular basis, they don't live with me. So I gotta work on that, man. I gotta work on breaking away from my regular cycle of living when they're with me and in my presence. The next one, I got 6 more, and I'm gonna let y'all go for the night, man, because I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. The next one is sometimes I have given up trying to fight their moms on certain issues that I should not. I have given up trying to fight their moms on certain issues that I should not. And what I mean by that, the children don't deserve to have parents who are at odds. The parents should be adults in working out all the issues between them for the benefit of that child. And because I try to restrain from arguing with my baby moms, my child would miss a benefit of me standing strong on a point, and I'll let their mom have the battle just because I'm not trying to fight. So for instance, here's an example of what I mean. Because my children want to see me on the regular, and it might be like about 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something where my child hasn't seen me, I'll be talking to them and they're like, you want to come through? I want you to come through, woo. And they'll be like, yes, I want to see him and all that. But their moms sometimes, I don't want to make their mothers look bad, but there are sometimes an example where the mom would make an excuse or not answer the phone or whatever, and I won't fight, or I won't use the word fight. I won't give a lot of effort to get that woman to come around to meeting up with me so we can, I can get my children. And my child may go another week without seeing me. So there are issues when I should stand firm on to be a better parent to my children, to be a better father to my children, that I give up on for the sake of just not wanting to argue, man. I done been through some stuff, my baby mamas, man, and a lot of it could have been avoided. There's a more, man, forget it. I'm address some issues, man. Sometimes I need to take some of them to custody battles, but because I'm so focused on not wanting my kids to be caught up in the court system, because the court system has done me wrong, and I don't want my child to be subject to that atmosphere. A lot of stuff could have been fixed a long time ago had I just went to court. But me being me, trying not to fight the baby mamas, I'm trying to work with them. It's just not working out in certain instances, and I have given up in certain areas and I shouldn't have. Moving on. Sometimes, wait, what did it say? Sometimes don't implement the things. Oh yeah. My accountability. Sometimes the things I talk about on this show, sometimes I don't implement the stuff I talk about on this show in real life. I do it on a regular basis, but there are sometimes when I'm not accountable. There are sometimes when I'm not a positive, a representative of what my father, of what my children need. There are some times when I make mistakes and I don't admit my mistakes. Right now we talking about the benefits of addressing your faults. I'm addressing my faults now, but I should have been doing this. I mean, I do it on a regular basis because when I address them when they happen, but there are times when I don't. There are times I mess up and I just brush it under the rug because I'm still stuck under the allure that I'm a great father and I don't really mess up and I do all this and do all this right. I still make mistakes. So even the best of us make mistakes. So we got to address the issues right now. The same way a person who's always making mistakes need to address their issues right now. I got to be accountable, bro. Hold yourself to the standard that you asking your audience to do. I do, but there are times when I don't. This is me admitting that fault. And we got 4 more and we out of here. Sometimes I can be a lazy father. I can be a lazy father. There are times when I've had my children and all I do sometimes is sit in the house with them kids. I don't take them out. We sit in the house, we watch movies, we talk, and I get it. You know, some people may say that's not necessarily a bad thing because you're spending time with them. But I mean, like I said, the example, sometimes I'm playing a game and they ask me what they want to eat and I'm like, just go fix a sandwich. Now, I keep snack food in the house for them, but I mean, I can be more attentive, man. I can be more attentive. And that kind of makes me feel sad now I'm thinking about it, because I can remember a time when my son was, the last time he was here, about a week ago, right? It's a couple levels to where I'm at in this house. It's a couple levels. He's on the bottom floor, and I went to work. Woke up that morning. He sleep downstairs. Went to work, came back. That man was still downstairs. I went in the room, checked him. I said, "Hey man, you took a shower today? You had something to eat?" He said, "Yeah, I did." And I said, "Okay." I went upstairs, took a shower, relaxed, came downstairs to the middle floor and watched the movie. Didn't check on him until the movie was over. I ain't call him and ask him if he wanted to watch the movie with me. I ain't do none of that. I wasn't attentive. I was lazy. He came upstairs to me and asked me if I wanted to play some Sonic. My young son did what I should have did. I should have engaged, not him. So there are times when I am a lazy father and I shouldn't be. 3 more and we out of here, y'all. Sometimes, and this is a big one, man. Alright, it's finna get real grimy with these last 3. So alright. Auntie, you in the chat. You finna hear me? Alright. Sometimes I wish I did not have children. Let me explain that. Give me a second, y'all. I'm dealing with something emotionally right now. And forgive me for my lisp. I have a lisp and I stutter too. So if you hear me bite my words a little bit, that's just what that is. All right, so the fault of me saying sometimes I wish I didn't have children, it comes from this. I love my kids, man. My auntie says, but it made you a real man, nephew. I think so. I got a lot of growing to do, but I think I've grown quite a bit. But I still feel like I got a lot of growing to do because I'm not the man I want to be. I got a goal up here that I'm trying to be, and I feel like I'm always shooting for it. It's one of the reasons why I want this show to be successful, because I want all the men, good ones, bad ones, terrible ones, great ones, to be a better version of themselves, man. These kids need their fathers to be on point, because America is trying to destroy the relationship of the father's role in not only in our children's lives, but in lives of American people, period. The father don't get no attention unless he's doing something wrong. All right. So the reason I say sometimes I wish I didn't have kids, like I said, y'all, man, I have been through a lot as a father. I'm gonna get into it in future episodes on this show. We almost at 50 minutes in. I don't want to be too long and go into detail, but I'm hurting. I'm hurting, man. I want to talk about the issue I'm going through with my oldest daughter and her mom, but that's still a legal issue that's going on right now, so I don't want to touch on that. But I'm hurting, man. I love my babies, and I don't get to see them like I want. I don't get to talk to them like I want. I don't get to hug them and touch them like I want. And I got gray hairs all in my beard from stress. I have chest pains. I'm gaining weight. I'm supple. Look at these titties. Look at these titties. Look at these titties. I have to convince myself to get over this pain, to help me get through the day sometimes. Sometimes I tell myself, man, F them kids. You ain't got no kids. You just a regular dude out here. I gotta convince myself in my head for a short period of time that I don't have children. I gotta tell myself, damn, I wish I ain't had no kids, because I wouldn't be dealing with this pain. My kids have a whole family on my side. A lot of my family have not seen my children in years. Like distant cousins, we have cookouts, we have family get-togethers, and I get asked this question all the time. Al, where the kids at? They got a whole family that a lot of them ain't even seen like that, because of the issues I'm going through. And a lot of it is my fault, because I don't fight hard as like I should. Like the court going to the, I don't fight as hard as I should. One of my other faults. I just try my best not to argue and fight, and I'm like, God, I just wish I didn't have kids sometime, man. Because I hate the fact that I'm in my atmosphere with my family, eating burgers, dancing, the music, people hugging, taking pictures, and everybody here except for my children. So I tell myself, I just wish I didn't have no kids, man. So I ain't got to deal with this. Auntie says, but they all love you so much. Your children love you so much. I know. I think episode 7. It's called The Apple. When I sat down and I talked to my oldest son, and we had a one-on-one discussion. And I asked him, "How do you feel, son?" Because we used to be together every single day before the separation of me and your mom, and all that issues happened. He said, "It don't affect me at all. I know you love me. I love you to death, Dad. We got a bond. It ain't going nowhere." He told me that. My son loves his dad, but it's eating me alive that I can't hug this boy before he go to bed and give him a hug and a kiss before I leave to go to work every day. That kills. Stuff like that kills me. And I tell myself, sometimes I wish I didn't have no kids, just to help ease that pain. It's not working. It's like that first hit of crack. It give you that hella high, but a year into it, you chasing it, and you can hit it all over and over, but it ain't give you no kind of high. The more I tell myself this, it works for a smaller and smaller amount of time, and it's at the point now where it ain't really working. I need my babies, man, and things are changing with my efforts to fight for it, but I don't want to talk about it too much in this show. It's, it's legal stuff. 2 more, all right, and like I said, these last 3 gonna be hella. 2 more. And it rhymes with what I just said. 2 more, I'm a whore. Yes, that's a fault. Yeah. I'm a whore. I said it. Baby mamas, I said it. Life, world, I'm a whore. I'm good with women. I ain't the most handsomest, definitely ain't got no money, but I know how to get a woman. I know how to get a woman. I've always had a girlfriend for the most part. I'm just going to say it because it's public information. You can find her if you want. I'm going to say it. I got 5 kids, 4 baby mamas. In society's eyes, I'm a whore. A fault. Now, because I love kids so much and I always wanted 10 kids, I didn't want them with 10 different women, but I still do. I want 10 of them. I want 10 shorties. But every relationship I've been in, the oldest one for like 4 or 5 years, the second one about 3 years, the third and the fifth one about on and off about 2 years, and the fourth and my fourth child with her mom for about 4 years. So I've been in relationships with these women, but I be spreading seeds like a gardener, bro. You hear me? A lot of the drama I'm dealing with got something to do with me having to go here, and there. There's a mentor of mine. He don't even know he's a mentor of mine. His name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. Some of you may love him. Some of you may hate him. But if you just listen to his message, some messages he have about the black man and the role of the black man being a leader, being a representative, a positive role model. One of the things he touches on is you can't build wealth. He's a finance professor. He has PhDs in finance, and I listen to him when it comes to how to keep your finances in order and how to grow financial wealth. One of the things he says, they all will grow up knowing you was always there, and they will always be able to come without anyone in control of them being with their father. You're right. You're absolutely right. But one of the things I listen to with Dr. Boyce Watkins, he talks about all the things that help you get to wealth in your family. But there's one huge thing. He talks about a couple of things, but there's one thing that he talks about that affects you and can and will greatly decrease your ability to create wealth. And that's having a bunch of kids with a bunch of women and having to run around, do all this stress and paying a bunch of child support. That is so true. A fault of mine is that my pull-out game is weak. I'm a hoe out here in these streets. I got baby mamas all up and down the coast. Literally. I got hoes. I got hoes in different area codes. And that causes a lot of stress and trauma between how I relate to my children, because I can't just go to one source to get all of them together. I gotta go here, there. Paying money here, there. It's a fault. Fellas, we gotta lock it down. Get you a woman, have your family with one person. It eases the pain and all that. Last fault, and before I get up out of here, I'm gonna let y'all go. We have 58 minutes. I wanted to keep this thing under the 45 minutes, but I haven't. I've been ranting a lot. It's what I do when I get on this microphone. I rant. I gotta stop. It's a fault. It's a fault. Last one, and we up out of here. Procrastination is my best worst friend. Some of you fathers out there are great men. In a nutshell. Well, are great men in a capsule. You great, but you in the eggshell. Somebody gotta crack you open to get you started. All the greatness is you full of greatness, but you waiting. You a wonderful father, but you stopping, you procrastinating. This show alone, I wanted to do this show easily 5-6 years ago, a few years ago. Barack Obama's last term, damn it. Because I found it very important that we get our message out there. But I waited because of so much stuff I was going through in life. I kept putting it off and making excuses. I can do this later on. I know how to make video. I can wait. I always had the opportunity to do blah, 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 woo, woo, woo. Procrastination has been my Achilles, man. I remember being a sophomore in high school at Maj Park High School, right? And I was in geometry class, and up on the wall, I'm in the back right corner of the room, and up in the front left wall was a poster. And the poster read a message that always stuck with me, but I have never been able to get over. The message said, and it's very simple, it says, if it wasn't for the last minute, nothing would get done. And it was signed by procrastination. Think about that. If you can only get stuff done because you at the last minute and you forced to, you got a problem. You like me. Doing things at the last minute. One thing that does is, how can you present your best work if you rushing? How can you give your focus if you're trying to cram everything into a tiny space, a tiny time frame? When it relates to being a father, how can you be the best father you can be if you're not asserting yourself at every moment? Huh? Let's do a quick example. Your baby mama has an issue with you. Don't call me at no last minute trying to make arrangements. All right, woman, I'm gonna see him this weekend. You tell her that, and it's Friday afternoon. trying to pick up your kid from them. It's Friday at 3 in the afternoon, but you trying to call your baby mama to say, hey, can I meet you at 5? She might have arrangements. She got a justified reason for say, God, why you calling me now? I'm on my way to Georgia or something. I ain't finna turn around and drop your kid off with you. Listen, that procrastination can cause stress. Unnecessary stress. When you had all week to be like, hey, it's Monday this weekend. You got anything going on? No? Well, listen, I'm trying to see the baby this weekend. But meet up with me before you go leave town. We can get this thing taken care of. But you want to wait. You want to procrastinate. You causing unnecessary stress between you and that woman. You getting on her nerves, dog. That's your fault, right? So procrastination is Achilles heel, man. I get a lot of stuff done, but if it wasn't for the last minute, it probably wouldn't happen. And I got to get rid of being a procrastinator, man. That is my Achilles, dog. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm at the end of the show right there. If you want to check out any content, man, first of all, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching this show live, we stream every Sunday at 8 p.m. Sometimes we get a little late or a little early depending on what's going on, but the scheduled time is Sunday at 8 p.m. from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you're watching this show after it's been recorded, thank you for tuning in and watching the show all the way through. I ramble a lot. I'm a talker. I have a lisp. My mouth fill up with spit a lot. And I get the rambling, man. So forgive me for that. I'm gonna get this thing down pat. We just started this show a couple months ago, like 2-3 months ago. Shortly after Father's Day. But thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to watch more of the content, man, please be sure to subscribe and follow us on YouTube. I'm gonna play a quick video about YouTube real quick of how to search us, because here it is right here. Go to YouTube, type in SPMediaTV in the search bar, click on the channel page right there. Go to the playlist and you'll find all the Father's Day content in the playlist right there, just like that. And that's how you find us. And the reason I show that video is because there's another channel entitled SPMediaTV, but it's spaced out as SP space Media space TV, and it's like a I don't want to be politically incorrect, but it's like an Indian show. They have a bunch of Indian or foreign content. I'm sorry if it's Sudanese or whatever it is. It's not my channel. My channel has no spaces. SPMediaTV with no spaces. Also, go to the Father's Day show page on Facebook to check out all the content, join the discussion. Guys, please help us grow. I got a message that I want to get out there, and I want to have a lot of conversations with other fathers out there to hear their stories, talk about their drama, talk about what they're going through, talk about what we can do better, talk about us as men, what we're going through as men, all that. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm rambling, man. Oh yeah, I got the Cash App up. If you want to donate, man, go to Cash App, SPMediaTV, no spaces as well. That's the show's podcast. That's the show's Cash App. I'm taking that. I got the Cash App up. I'm not asking you to get no money, but if you want to give money, that money will 100% be used to develop content. Help me buy cameras. Help me if I have guests and they need to get to my location so they can record and be on the show. I want to be able to give them gas money if they need it. I want to be able to have snacks whenever they want to, come into the show and eat something if they choose, or drink something. That show money, that money for SPMediaTV on Cash App will be 100% for this show, not my pockets. But if you want to donate to me, my name is Alvin Person, ALVINPERSON. Cash out me, Alvin Person. You can give me money for me and help me pay for these child support expenses and all that stuff, man, if you want. Anyway, man, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Like I always say, it's not just any day, baby. It's Father's Day. We out of here. Peace. Let's get it.